Hello everyone, and welcome to another Game of the Year video. Today is action category for the pixel art game, so let's see what game that gonna be on the list. In number 20, we got Slave 0x. Slave 0x is a stylish 2.5D character action game set in the dystopian biopunk. Players take on the role of a cyborg protagonist who battles against a tyrannical corporation and its leader, known as the Silicon. The game features fast-paced combat, platforming, and visually striking environments inspired by classic games like Devil May Cry. The gameplay revolves around running and slashing your way through various levels, combining hack-and-slash combat with acrobatic maneuvers. Players can perform a variety of combos, special moves, and use different weapons to defeat enemies. In 19th place is Duelists of Eden. The players need to build their own custom decks and engage in real-time battles against others online. The game features over 14 unique characters, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, encouraging creative spell combinations and synergies. The gameplay combines strategy and action, allowing players to create and adapt their decks on the fly. With a dynamic card system and combo mechanics, players can mix slashes, fire, bombs, and other spells to outmaneuver their opponents. In number 18 is Dunjungle. Players will take on the role of a brave monkey hero tasked with protecting the jungle from a corruptive power. The game features ever-changing dungeons filled with weird enemies, and players can gear up with a variety of weapons and relics to create unique experiences with each run. The roguelite mechanics mean that players will explore, fight, die, and repeat, constantly learning and adapting to new challenges. Players can team up with NPC ape friends to take on the sinister Dark Lord and other evil forces threatening their home forest. Number 17 belonged to RAM Random Access Mayhem. Instead playing traditional player character, you will play as a rogue AI that can possess and control diverse robotic enemies, using their unique movesets against each other in frenetically paced combat. The game emphasizes fluidly swapping between hosts as they collapse, keeping the action fast and intense. The gameplay focuses on chaining together stylish trick shots and upgrades for each bot, creating a beautiful path of destruction. Players can pull off impressive combos and face off against bosses that they can also control. The 16th place is Nano Apostle. The game is a dark sci-fi boss rush action game featuring intense reaction-based combat and a unique destruction point system. Players take on the role of Anita as she battles against twisted cybernetic experiments to escape a top-secret facility. The game combines hack-and-slash mechanics with a focus on identifying and exploiting structural weaknesses in enemies to deliver devastating blows. The gameplay emphasizes mastering the destruction point system, where players use Anita's nanites to locate and target vulnerable points on bioweapons. In number 15, we got Karate Survivor. Inspired by action movies of the 1980s, players will step into the shoes of a martial arts master, using their fists, feet, and the environment to fight off relentless thugs. The game emphasizes improvised combat, allowing players to use anything they can find as a weapon, from plastic flamingos to mop handles. The gameplay combines environmental warfare and dynamic combos, encouraging players to master new techniques and create devastating attack combinations. As players progress, they can unlock and master new skills, making each playthrough more rewarding. Iron Meat will be in 14th place. Players will take on the role of Vadim, fighting against mutated victims and machines, dodging bullet barrages, and crushing bosses across 9 levels of intense gore-filled action. The game combines classic arcade and console mechanics, paying homage to legendary titles like Contra and Metal Slug. The gameplay features multi-phase boss fights, with 3 difficulty settings to challenge players. There's also a 2-player couch co-op mode, allowing friends to team up and leave a trail of bloody meat-infected corpses together. In number 13, we got Catbait. Players control the brave Catbait, dodging hordes of mice and other rodents while summoning helpful feline allies with unique abilities to assist in battle. The game combines fast-paced action with strategic upgrades, creating an engaging experience for fans of arcade-style action. The gameplay involves recruiting and upgrading a variety of helper cats, each with special abilities, to fend off rodent invaders. Players can collect coins and improve their characters between runs, adding a meta-progression system that keeps the gameplay fresh and rewarding. Number 12 belongs to Zero Sievert. It's a tense top-down extraction shooter set in a post-apocalyptic Eastern Europe. Players scavenge a procedurally generated wasteland, loot gear, and explore what's left of a devastated world. Armed with little more than a gun and a bottle of water, players must recover items, take out bandits, and navigate through 5 different biomes, all while avoiding the dangers of nuclear fallout and mutated wildlife. The game features procedurally generated maps, ensuring that each journey is unique with ever-changing hiding spots, loot locations, and layouts. In number 11 is Spell Disc. In Spell Disc, players will build unique synergy spell combos to defeat hordes of monsters and bosses. Each run is different, thanks to the game's dynamic synergy building mechanic, ensuring that no 2 playthroughs are the same. The game challenges players to strategize and experiment with various spells to find the most effective combinations. The gameplay involves navigating through procedurally generated dungeons, fighting enemies, and collecting new spells and items along the way. Players must carefully plan their spell combinations to overcome increasingly difficult challenges and bosses. Tenth place is Nimrod's Guncraft Survivor. In this game, you play as a gun manufacturer's expendable clone, tasked with testing the latest and most over-the-top weaponry on inhospitable alien planets. Your mission is to scavenge for unique weapon parts, craft powerful and bizarre guns, and survive against relentless alien hordes. The gameplay is centered around crafting and upgrading your arsenal. You'll explore diverse alien biomes, each with its own set of enemies and bosses, and collect resources to create increasingly powerful weapons. Gestalt, Steam and Cinder will come in number 9. Set in a stunningly handcrafted steampunk world, the game draws inspiration from 16 and 32-bit classics. Players navigate through intricate levels, uncovering secrets, defeating enemies, and acquiring new abilities that allow them to access previously unreachable areas. The game's combat system is both challenging and rewarding, requiring players to master a variety of weapons and gadgets to overcome formidable bosses and obstacles. The narrative is rich with lore and unexpected turns, keeping players engaged as they explore the world and uncover its mysteries. Number 8 is Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Players will control Turnip Boy as he teams up with the Pickled Gang to execute the most bizarre heist ever. The game is filled with wacky antics, including shaking down hostages, stealing valuables, battling the fuzz, and using strange tools bought off the dark web to infiltrate the Botanical Bank's vaults. The gameplay is a mix of platforming, puzzle solving, and light combat, all wrapped in a comedic narrative that keeps players entertained. Players will encounter a variety of quirky characters and unexpected challenges as they progress through the game. Next, in number 7 is First Cut Samurai Duel. It's a high-intensity arcade sword-fighting game set in historical feudal Japan. Every strike in the game is lethal, so players must carefully plan their moves. The gameplay focuses on slashing, clashing, parrying, and dodging, with a refined and intuitive fighting system that requires precision and strategy. The goal is to be the first to land a decisive strike, as the first cut is often the last. The game's atmosphere immerses players in the world of samurai duels, with detailed graphics and intense combat sequences. Each duel is a test of skill and timing, making every victory feel rewarding. In number 6 is Intravenous 2. In this tactical stealth action, you will take on the roles of Sean and Steve, an unlikely duo on a mission to save a life and uncover secrets. The game offers a blend of old-school stealth mechanics and hardcore tactical gunplay, allowing players to choose between sneaking through shadows or confronting enemies head-on. The gameplay features a variety of weapons, gadgets, and customization options, enabling players to tailor their approach to each challenge. Sean's unique ability to manipulate time adds an extra layer of strategy to the combat, making every encounter thrilling and dynamic. In 5th place, we got Mirage Feathers. Use anime theme. The game features fast-paced combat as you destroy waves of enemy aircraft, with an advanced fire control system that automatically locks onto targets. The story follows Notari's quest to find her best friend, Moroida, who is taken away by unknown forces. Alongside her AI companion, Luciala, Notari fights to uncover the truth and reunite with Moroida. The game offers 2 modes, Story Mode, with scripted levels and character dialogues, and Endless Mode, where players face infinite waves of increasingly challenging enemies. Fourth place will belong to Secrets of Grindia. Secret of Grindia is an old-school action RPG that pays homage to classic SNES games. It offers a rich world filled with over 300 unique, colorful characters and an engaging story. Players can journey through fantastical lands, battling a variety of enemies and bosses in their quest for truth, friendship, and rare treasures. The game supports co-op for up to 4 players, allowing friends to join in on the adventure. With 31 spells and skills across 9 categories, players can customize their characters to their liking. Additionally, there are 30 epic boss fights, side content like home design, fishing, crafting, and even an arcade mode that offers a roguelike experience. In number 3 is Snazinka Sentinel Girls 2. Another game with an anime theme in this list, players will take on the role of Snazinka, a fixed-term contract employee at a private military company, and hold the line against waves of hostile mechs in a dystopian world. The game combines elements of strategy and visual novel, featuring anime-inspired visuals and character designs. The core gameplay involves side-scrolling shooting, upgrading your character by purchasing cards, and recruiting companions to fight alongside you. After every 10 rounds, players recuperate in their base, where they can choose one free upgrade and progress the story. The second place is BlazBlue Entropy Effect. It's spin-off from BlazBlue series that use hack-and-slash gameplay instead of fighting like the main series. Players control familiar characters like Ragna, Kokono, Hibiki, and Hakumen as they navigate through procedurally generated dungeons. The game combines intense fast-paced combat with strategic elements, requiring players to adapt their tactics on the fly as they face a variety of enemies and bosses. The gameplay focuses on chaining together combos and special moves to defeat enemies while managing resources and health. The game also features a variety of weapons and abilities that can be upgraded, adding depth to the combat system. And come at the top is Drova Forsaken Kin. The game blends dark, grim tones with the mysticism of Celtic mythology. Players dive into a world where ancient restless spirits and divided factions battle for dominance. The game focuses on uncovering forgotten abilities and unraveling the secrets of a past shrouded in mystery. As you progress, you'll encounter various challenges and enemies, each requiring different strategies and skills to overcome. The gameplay is intense and engaging, featuring a mix of combat, exploration, and puzzle solving. Players can choose from a variety of characters, each with unique abilities and play styles, allowing for a personalized experience. So that is the video, everyone. Do you agree with the list? Or do you have another favorite game? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you in the next Game of the Year video.